So let me see if it causes noise. No, it doesn't. Great. Let's launch a rocket ship, okay? Let's think about that. Because today we're launching a school. And so if you want to launch a rocket ship, first you have to think, what do we want our rocket ship to do? Just like the school. We're going to launch a rocket ship, but why? What do we want our rocket ship to do? And then once you've decided what you want that rocket ship to do, then you have to build all of the equipment to make it launch. And it's the same with Chris Hadfield Public School. What do we want this school to do? And then how are we going to work together to make it launch and be successful? But if we want to launch a rocket ship, let's see, what do we want our rocket ship to do? What do you think? What do we want it to do? Fly. We want our rocket ship to fly, right? So it has to be able to fly up in the air. And once it flies, what's it going to do when it gets there? What do you think? Yeah? Right, go where you want it to go. So we got two things for our rocket ship. It needs to be able to fly, and it needs to be able to go where we want it to go. Maybe one more thing. Yes? What would we want our rocket ship to do? And then we want it to successfully get to where we want it to go. That's three things for our rocket ship. So let's talk about that. We're going to build a rocket ship. What are we going to have as our rocket ship? Let's see. I want to choose something here. Okay, here's my rocket ship right here. So here's our rocket ship, and we want to build this rocket ship to be able, first, to be able to fly. So just like this school, we need to build the rocket ship so it can do all those things. So if you're going to build a rocket ship, first it needs a motor on the back, and we'll say this little black thing on the bottom is the motor that's going to push it. But if it just pushes it, it could go anywhere, just like this school. You have to have it built right. So this rocket ship needs to have wings, and it's got these 3 wings on it. So we're building our rocket ship, we're building our school so that we know that it can fly the way we want. And then the second thing was we need to be able to go where we want it to go, right? So we need a brain. We need people that know how to make this rocket ship steer. We need smart people. We need people that can control it from the ground, and people can steer on board. And look around your school how many smart people you have. Look at all those teachers sitting over there and sitting over here who are trying to help you steer your rocket ship to go places and teach you things that you need to go. And then the last thing was we want to successfully arrive. And have you ever thought about why you're at school? What is it you want? You want to graduate. You want to be one of the big kids in the back. You want to hit the last year of school and have learned all those things so that you can arrive at the end of school ready for the next part of your life. And that is how we build rocket ships, but it's also how we build schools. And I've had a chance to ride 3 rocket ships. Real rocket ships are a lot of fun. You climb in and you worm your way around and you get into your chair. Here, I'm going to make this chair my rocket ship. I need an astronaut. Who wants to be an astronaut? Young lady, you come on up here. You can come up. Ashrini's my astronaut. Ashrini, get in the rocket ship. Okay, Ashrini's being the astronaut today. Go ahead, have a seat, just like you're in the rocket ship. Sit right back in your chair. There you go. I'm going to turn you sideways, okay, like this. Okay. Now, we don't launch to space sitting like Ashrini's sitting right now. We launch to space lying on our backs. So, Ashrini, hold on to your rocket ship. Okay, Ashrini's in her rocket ship. She's in her rocket ship, and she's counting down. We're going to count down from 5, everybody. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! And Ashrini's, she's flying, and she's what's her rocket ship doing? Number 1, it knows how to fly. It's flying up through the space. And number two, we're steering the rocket ship, because we're not just letting our rocket ship go anywhere. We want Ashrini to be able to know exactly where she's going. And she flies, and the rocket's like a big force on top of her, crushing her down, and she's shaking like crazy. But she studied, and she learned, and she knows how to fly a rocket ship so that it steers all the way up, and then suddenly it gets to where you want to go. That's the whole purpose of school, to get to where you want to go, until suddenly, when the rocket ship has done its job, you are floating weightless in space. Nice job, Ashrini. So, let me just say one more thing. It is a huge honor for me to have my name on your school. Imagine if someone names a school after you someday. It's a huge honor. So I thank everybody and all the teachers for being so good with my name. But I want you to think about something right now, okay? The next time you go into the library, or if you go into a bookstore, what part of the library do you like to go to? What part of the bookstore, if you walk into a bookstore, I bet you always go to the same parts, because that's what interests you, whether you even think about it or not. And it might be good after you've been in a library or a bookstore, when you come out and go, what parts of the library did I go to? Because that's kind of who I am. That's what interests me when nobody's telling me what to do. And then start thinking about, if that's what interests me, then who do I want to be? What jobs could I have? Don't let some adult say to you, what do you want to be when you grow up? I don't think it's a fair question. Instead, say, what do I love and what do I want to change? What don't I like? What do I think I could maybe help change in life? And then start turning yourself into that person. Because it is amazing what can happen in life. When I was Ashrini's age, I just dreamed about maybe someday flying in space. And then I studied and learned, and amazingly enough, I learned enough things that they trusted me to fly a spaceship. And I flew in space 3 times. And I grew up here in Southern Ontario, just like you. So think about why we built this place. Think about where it's going. Think about where you want to land. And it is incredible what can happen within your lifetime when you choose who you want to be. Thank you very much.